I know we had one student that I was working with that was we had a patient that came in very quickly that was a pulmonary embolism patient. At the time, we did not know. They came in, we were told community-acquired pneumonia, and we were working as such, and the nursing student and I were both, something's not right here. It's just something's not fitting. This doesn't look like pneumonia. And I figured out that we were in a lot more difficult situation, a lot more complex and critical, when I did a flu swab on the patient and I pulled it out for the swab, and I noticed that it was pink frothy on the Q-tip, and my nursing student looks at me and kind of turned and goes, "That's bad." And I went, "Yeah, that's bad." And so we ended up working the whole way through, and we ended up coding the patient, which was very difficult because it's never an optimal experience to have. But we had the instance where you look at it from the time the patient was registered until the time of death was called. I remember it was 54 minutes. I remember because it was so fast and we had so much going on. But the nursing student that was with me when we were done and we debriefed everything, I talked to him and I coached him and said, "You did everything right. Like, you caught it. You knew exactly what was going on, and you knew that I needed to do this, and I needed to do this, and I needed to do this." The fact that you didn't recognize that it was a pulmonary embolism, most likely, or something lung-wise, probably wasn't an issue. But you knew when I pulled that out and that swab had the pink froth, that you knew that was bad. You knew we were not going to be doing, easy jobs right now, that we were going to be doing some critical care. And I said, the fact that you could follow all of that, you were really good. You were good in the CPR and in the code phase. We were fabulous with the family afterwards. And I said, you did a great job at being there present for the two sons that were at the bedside. So we were able to walk through all of that and take a really horrific learning experience and acknowledge that sometimes is what happens in our job. And we can still make that the best situation possible given the circumstances that we're under. And it was interesting because probably an hour before that, I'd had a patient that had come in with the same student. We had the same room assignment, and that patient had a pulmonary embolism. And we had put them on heparin, we sent them up to the floor, the best possible case that you can have. And I said, the other flip side of that is you get the one that doesn't make it because they code, because you get it too late. And sure enough, within an hour, that's who we got. And it was a good learning experience of the good and bad of it, but also having that moment where they could walk through and know that they really did do everything physically possible that they could. And at that point, there really was nothing that close or that far into the prognosis. We couldn't do anything with them. There's no way we would have been able to save that, as bad as it was.